we're live. Yay.
Here we are.
Hey
guys.
Thank you so much for everyone who has tuned in. It's so exciting to get our first live AMA on the way. Hey, Tim and Jim, how you going?
Going
yeah,
good,
I'm
thanks,
doing great.
Mel.
How are you, Mel?
Great to finally be here.
Fantastic. So we've selected 6 questions. And so everyone whose question we selected from our Twitter post, you will win an NFT as per the competition. And then at the end, we will announce who wins the golden Penn and Teller NFT. So yeah, I guess we thought that we would just start with our co-founders for the first AMA because some of you may not know too much about the background, and then we'll dive into the questions. So Tim and Jim, maybe just tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind Chronicle and yeah, what compelled you to start the platform?
I think it just comes basically down to fans and fandoms and fan experiences. I think anyone that's kind of familiar with the Chronicle project would realize that some of the many of the team members have kind of film studio background experience and have worked on multi-billion-dollar blockbuster movies before, and have worked on digital immersive fan campaigns going back right to 2014. And certainly the opportunity I think that Jim and I saw was, how can we really sort of tap into the blockchain and digital collectibles and NFTs for fans, and how can we democratize this technology so that literally anyone can get into NFTs from a fan perspective. And that's really the heart of Chronicle, and that's really what we're trying to build here is create what will hopefully become the easiest to use digital collectible platform built on blockchain technology that we can use as NFT fans, but even like our family members and aunts and uncles and moms and dads and kids can use as well.
Yes, exactly. I think just as Tim said, we want to explore because initially people see NFT as just like kind of digital assets on with it has the strong correlation with blockchain, but we see it differently. We want to kind of use it as a bridge to connect the brands and the fans so that it becomes a new channel, and also we want to form the traditional fans of a lot of the beloved brands to a habit of consuming and consuming the digital assets. So it's a new way of consuming, it's a new way of interaction, it's a new way of setting up a brand.
Great. So what do you think your biggest challenges have been so far?
I think, certainly we want to basically onboard, everyone at the same time. We want all the features ready to go live. We want everything now, and I think so does the community. So it's just about obviously managing that and ensuring that we scale appropriately. And honestly, like I think the brands that we've had that we launched with, starting with Paddington and the Penn and Teller team at the CW have been absolutely like the best partners to partner with in this initial building stage. So yeah, we're really excited to be working with them. Feedback has been excellent. Everyone's really excited, and we've got like a whole lineup of further NFT drops, obviously with these 2 IP owners, and there's a lot of stuff happening in the background. There's a lot of new IP that's going to be coming onto Chronicle as well, and I think everyone is just really excited for us, which is great.
Yeah, I think there are 2 major challenges for us. The first is how to manage the expectation from investors, between investors and the development of the platform and the onboarding of the brands. Because a lot of investors, they come from the crypto world, and their mindset is slightly different, and they tend to see things happen faster. But in the traditional, especially the licensing world, everything happens in a more professional kind of fashion, and a lot of the license needs to go several stages of the approval. It concerns like different aspects of the business. So it's not a simple process to onboard an official brand. So from an investor point of view, they want to see, obviously they want to see a Chronicle onboard brand every day, which I think it will definitely happen in the future, because once we onboard a brand, more brands will follow, and with one brand we have multiple different various types of NFTs that will be released. Yes, I think that's the primary challenge.
Great. Now, before we dive into the questions, something awkward. I actually don't think I introduced myself. So my name's Mel, and obviously I am hosting this evening, today, depending where you are. Okay, so we'll get started on the Twitter questions. First up, we have Dan Gertner, Twitter handle. Dan is asking, will we be able to buy NFTs with the XNL token soon, which is great. What will happen to those tokens? Will they be put in treasury? Will we see NFT drops with several different items, e.g. different characters?
Hey, Dan, I think we're going to recognize some of the names as well. I think some of the community members that we've gotten to know them personally as well. Jim, feel free to answer this as well. I think, obviously, when so there's probably two aspects to this question. Number one would be, the Chronicle store, which would have the ability to purchase collectibles using XNL tokens. I think in that instance, you might see Chronicle HQ kind of looking after the treasury with regard to the XNL tokens. But then we have the secondary marketplace as well. And so we want to ensure, for instance, that and we'll probably talk about that as well. I know that some of the questions relate to the secondary marketplace, but I think as a user, you would be wanting to be able to sort of specify, hey, I want to sell this collectible. I want to sell it, for like $500 US, or, do I want to actually sell it for XNL tokens? And so what we do with the XNL tokens there might be different, because you may want XNL tokens as a seller on the secondary market. But I'll leave it to Jim as well. He's kind of the XNL expert.
Yeah. I think XNL as a payment is the very basic utility of XNL. And what will happen to the tokens? Obviously, when the platform accepts XNL, say in Chronicle Store and also in a secondary marketplace, people are giving up the option of the fiat revenue and profit and to accept in XNL. So obviously that XNL should not be put in a treasury or a lockup. That's part of the revenue. That's part of the revenue of the platform, part of the revenue of the user, and it should be used by them with discretion.
Cool. Okay. So second question is by Hard Work Hard or Ocean Wizard. And he wants to know, would Chronicle XNL executive team consider a weekly conference call or community update highlighting progress from the prior week, such as goals, partnership, development, and answer questions from the community? This benefits executive team just as much as it does the investment community.
Yep. Well, Ocean Wizard, we read your question and here we are. I think. Yeah, great one. So I think, obviously, we recognize community is vital for the success of Chronicle and XNL as well, and we want to be doing these AMAs more. For those that have been following Chronicle since even pre-token generation event, we were doing quite a few AMAs, but they would often be sort of third parties. So third parties would host us, and we'd sort of jump on and introduce ourselves and have a bit of an AMA. I think now we're wanting to shift the focus to, okay, we've launched, we have a platform, we have brands on being introduced and new drops happening. So let's do our own AMAs. Ask your questions, let's get guests on, let's talk to the brands. I think you'll start to see that this segment that you're watching now is going to be something very regular, very open, very transparent over the lifetime of Chronicle.
Yeah, definitely. This is a good question. I think, and this goes back to the initially where we mentioned about the challenge. I think I'm glad that they didn't ask for a daily AMA happening. I will try our best to do as frequent as possible, but a lot of the work has been done in the background. For example, the deals that we're negotiating with different brands, and also the actual development of the platform. A lot of the things are not visible, or they're not able to be visualized or verified by users, and also a lot of things we don't want to disclose them before we actually close some of them and make the official announcement. So it's really about the trusting the team and also manage the expectation with the project. A lot of stuff definitely going to take time. For example, like the brands licensing, we need to go through their legal team. We need to go through their marketing team, needs to go through their creative team, and then it's a long process. So I would recommend everyone to be patient and trust the team. And at the meantime, we'll try our best to host these AMA as frequent as possible.
Okay. Thank you, Ocean Wizard. Okay, so next question is from Damien. What inspired Tim and Jim to partner together to create Chronicle XNL, and what direction do the two of you plan on taking the project once the marketplace and mobile application are launched?
Yeah, I kind of think that in our introduction, we probably actually answered probably the first half of that question, which is why we did it. And it comes basically down to fandoms, fans, trying to reach users who've heard about this NFT thing, and then just like, how do I even get onto an exchange, use MetaMask, too hard basket, and they miss out. We really recognize that likewise, a lot of the brands that we talk to, a lot of the studios that we talk to, they want to get into this space as well, and they need something like a Chronicle that can help solve that problem for them and their fans. And so that's the whole premise, I guess, of why we exist. And I think where we're wanting to go. I love Jim's ideas. He can talk about this for hours. But obviously, we want there to be utility with the NFTs. We want there to be gamification. So it's going to be, once I guess I have a Chronicle NFT, what can I then do with it? What can I do with my collection going forward?
Yes, this is actually a very good question. This initially is really about we did a very sound and comprehensive market research, and we have a very special positioning for Chronicle, and then also it's a combination of I would say what we're good at. I'm more from crypto background, and Tim is from the traditional film and licensing and the fandom background. So it's combining the strength that we have and to create Chronicle. The plans for the future, I think, as Tim said, we want to have more utilities for XNL as well as for the NFT. So we don't want to see NFT only as a kind of a picture or a video or a GIF. We want to have more utility to it that includes, say, plugging it into gaming, plug it into in the DeFi world, or plugging it into in other like real world kind of interactive settings. For example, like a VR and AR. We are exploring that path, and we have already have some partnerships being discussed. A lot of them are very, very exciting. So definitely want to have more variation of the assets and giving the users and asset holders more fun to participate in the ecosystem.
Yeah, I can definitely say, as a newbie to the NFT world, I find it really great that I can go onto Chronicle and not feel daunted by the whole process, because I have looked it up before. So yeah, I actually love that about Chronicle, but it'll be very exciting for the next phase as well. Okay, so
yeah,
next question.
One thing I think I want to add is from a high level, we also want Chronicle to the business of Chronicles to be scalable, that we will be able to serve all the brands, various brands, and to connect brands with fans in different ways. And a lot of the functionalities cannot be done by the Chronicle platform alone. It could be like a joint efforts by Chronicle Studio, Chronicle Marketplace or even some external parties, we're definitely exploring on that path as well. So we want Chronicles to be able to offer NFT as a service to as a whole package that can serve all type of brands, and I think that will make it a sustainable business model.
Great. Okay. All right. So Julie Hess, she wants to know when will come the marketplace where we can trade the NFTs.
Yeah. Quick answer, an easy answer. So currently, we are working on the mobile platform. That will probably be the next release that we have. Just so everyone knows, it is being worked on. There's a test version of the mobile platform right here. That we're just sort of going back and forth, and hopefully we should get that ready for release within days. The actual trading secondary marketplace, we have this in two stages. I mean, Jim and I saw probably the early steps of the secondary marketplace being demonstrated to us today, and it has to be probably the easiest secondary marketplace out of any NFT platform I've ever seen. So like it looks fantastic. What we have to make sure as well, though, is that we have to kind of look after the payments behind that secondary marketplace. So obviously, as a user, if one of my NFTs is bought for $200 or $300, where would I see that $200 or $300? And basically, what we're going to be introducing along with the secondary marketplace is a bit of a credit system, if you like, within Chronicle. So NFT gets sold, I see the credit system inside Chronicle, and then we would be looking for a way that either you can use that credit within Chronicle again to purchase another NFT, or you'd be able to withdraw that credit. The other thing that we're looking at in conjunction with what we're discussing with the secondary marketplace and the credit system is the ability to purchase with crypto. I think that's been a very dominant feature request by everyone. So currently, for those that are aware, we've integrated with Stripe. You can use a Visa or MasterCard at present to purchase the NFTs on Chronicle. And the reason why it was done like that again is because of who our target market is, which is the traditional fans. So I think with the secondary marketplace, what you're going to be seeing, aside from the feature, is kind of the extra payment options. So looking at a few weeks, I think, just to get everything ready, but the progress is coming along very nicely, I think.
Yeah, exactly like Tim said, we definitely the marketplace and mobile version are happening in the background. The payment part really needs to be thought through. We want to give more options. We want to lower the entry barrier, and meanwhile, we want to maintain the security side of it. So that's a lot of sides to be considered. I think just everyone to be patient and just look forward to have a very a cool experience with Chronicle Marketplace. And another thing would be, I think the promise of Chronicle is to make it so easy for like everyday users and like we call it non-coiners to use the platform. So whether it comes to the Chronicle Store or Chronicle Marketplace, I think there are a lot of the actual fans. They are actually at this stage learning what is NFT. So there'll be soon that they can join the platform, make purchase, and trade on the secondary market. So definitely we have more momentum coming from the fans of the brands themselves, and I think the design of the platform can really smooth the onboarding process for those people.
Yes, people like me. Okay, so I am not even going to attempt to read the Twitter handle of this next question. Thanks, whoever that was.
So it's a bot.
Yeah. But it's a great question. What do you think is the role of the Chronicle in the NFT market?
Yeah, I think in this instance, again, I see our responsibility as really bringing more NFT buyers into the ecosystem. So I kind of think that what you're probably going to see is we've started off with brands like Paddington, Penn and Teller from the CW. There's going to be more coming. The Chronicle user base is going to grow and grow and grow, and people are going to be introduced to NFTs through Chronicle, and they're basically going to end up venturing. They're going to be, oh, this is cool. Now I want to find out more about NFTs, and they're probably going to venture through the OpenSea. And I just think that we're going to end up bringing the 90% who aren't into crypto through Chronicle. That's what I see, at least.
Yeah, I think Chronicle's role first is we are a studio. We offer a solution for NFT first of all, and then we have the platform. So that's the two role. A lot of the platforms they're only an open platform and let users to mint themselves. So that's not the positioning of Chronicle. We do have a very professional creative team that work hand in hand with the brand's creative team to create NFTs that is of their requirements and in line with their design style, and will be approved by them. So all the NFT you see, although some of them you may not like them, but still they are we actually, a lot of them we design different versions, and then we go with what's eventually what's finally be decided by the brand. So we definitely are kind of sitting in the middle ground between the fans and as well as the brands, and that's what makes us different from other NFT platforms.
Okay, all right, so this is our last question, and it's by Dusty Loser. You are great name. I'm loving these names tonight.
They're creative, yeah.
You are powered by your XNL tokens, but to optimize its value, there must be a series of use cases. So how would Chronicle XNL maximize the potential of your native coin? Any reward schemes or incentives for the token holders?
Go on, Jim, this is yours.
Yeah, I think if you guys follow the recent announcement, and that's actually a very big move from Chronicle in terms of the XNL strategy, which means before the actual integration of the utility of XNL onto the platform, we already starting to show you guys how we want to boost the XNL ecosystem by lock up XNLs based on the NFT sold, and also we'll start burning the NFT that is not sold. So to make the scarcity of the NFT better, and we have a bunch of I'd say at least 10 to 20 utilities we want to integrate into the platform. We have a very detailed strategy document. Where at this stage just need we prioritize them and make into a dev backlog for the devs to implement. But at this stage, as Tim mentioned, the priority is the mobile version and at the secondary marketplace, and then we'll move on to the XNL utilities. These utilities not only concerning kind of benefits for XNL holders, such as early access to some of the NFT drops, or exclusive access to some of the NFT drops, or some bonuses for you if you participate in an NFT auction, or even we also have a very innovative design for how to utilize XNL in the NFT staking and farming fashion, and also we will provide native Chronicle's native NFTs, and that could be only purchased by XNL, and other stuff like I don't want to disclose too much, but there are a lot of things that we have designed for the utility, and let alone we want to make variations of the. I think we can variate the NFT asset that you own and plug them into other settings. So although you may think that you only own a Paddington Bear NFT, but your NFT may be able to derive into other stuff in the future. That's the information I can only give at this stage.
Great.
Tim, you got anything else to add?
No, I think Jim's summed it up beautifully. The only thing I would maybe add is I remember being a crypto user since I guess 2017. I always look at Binance. I think they were a really good model to look at. Binance had their own coin, BNB, and for like, Jim, correct me if I'm wrong, but for like at least 1 or 2 years, the only utility that BNB had was kind of as a it would reduce your fees on staking. On trading on the Binance centralized exchange, and look at where Binance Coin has gone now, and look how many utilities it has. And I think we can sort of take some inspiration from that. And yeah, we talk about this for hours every day about what utility can we add to XML, what can we do in the future, what's the roadmap, and I think you're going to see there's a lot that will be done with XML.
Cool. Well, I personally am very excited, so looking forward to the next few months. Okay, well, thank you to everyone who not only tuned in to listen, but also submitted questions. We noticed that there's a whole bunch of questions that we got during our live stream, so we will select some and perhaps answer those in our next AMA as well. The 6 winners, you will be announced on social media as well. Guys, are we going to announce the best question tonight, or?
Yeah, we can. We can choose one. I mean,
how do we want to do this?
We'll just have to pick which one we think was the most interesting question. But Jim, what do you think? Which of the 6 did you like?
Did you want to recap?
Yeah, maybe a recap.
Pick by best
Naturally,
name.
I go for the longest one.
I was leaning towards Ocean Wizard, by the way.
I think I'll choose the one that asks us to do weekly AMA.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
Ocean Wizard is the winner. It's the one that we listened to. We did it straight away.
Yes.
And
yes.
Great name.
And also, I actually see. I know our time is limited, but I actually see a lot of very good questions from the comments. So maybe our team can register them, and we will be able to answer them in private or in the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully tonight we answered some of those burning questions, but obviously there is a lot more as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, worst comes to worst, we'll address them in the next AMA. Yeah, but we can do better, I think.
Great. Okay. Well, if you guys didn't have anything else to add, I suppose we can wrap that up here.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and yeah, looking forward to catching everyone on the next AMA.
Yeah. Thanks everyone.
Guys.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
See ya.